Can AI write your book? You've probably wondered, and you're getting two useless answers everywhere you look. One crowd says it's magic, type a prompt and get a bestseller by Friday. The other says it's cheating and you should never touch it. Both are wrong and both will cost you. From someone who's helped experts publish books for 15 years and actually uses AI to make them, let me tell you the honest truth. By the end of this, you'll know exactly where AI helps and exactly where it will quietly destroy the credibility your book was supposed to build. Let's start with the dream because it's a trap. Type a few prompts, get a finished book. It does not work, and if you're an expert building authority, it's genuinely dangerous. And I need you to understand why, because the danger isn't obvious until it's too late. There are three real dangers here, and I'm going to take you through all three. Danger one, it makes things up. This is the big one. AI doesn't know what's true. It predicts what sounds plausible, so it will, with total confidence, write something completely false and hand it to you as established fact. It'll invent a statistic, it'll misquote a study, it'll put a famous quote in the wrong person's mouth. There have even been AI-written foraging guides sold on Amazon that told readers a deadly mushroom was safe to eat. Now, if you put that in a business book with your name on the cover and your face on the back, that made-up fact or wrong figure that a knowledgeable reader spots has damaged the exact thing the book existed to build, which is trust in your expertise. Think about it this way. A book with a lie in it is worse than no book at all. The evidence is now in print with your name on it forever that you either didn't know or didn't check. In fact, you may have heard of AI slop. AI slop is basically low quality, mass-produced content generated by artificial intelligence. What I've just described to you is precisely that, and trust me, it will harm you. Danger two, it flattens your voice. AI writes in a very particular way, smooth, competent, and totally generic. It's that everyone and no one tone you've started to recognize the moment you see it. And here's the problem with that. Sounding like you is not a nice to have. It's the entire point of the book. Your voice, your stories, the specific way you explain things, this is what makes a reader feel they know you and want to work with you. A book that could have been written by anyone builds authority for no one. If I read your book and it sounds like every other book on the shelf, I've learned nothing about why I should hire you above everyone else. Danger three, trust and proof. The ground has shifted here and fast. Readers, journalists and publishers can now run any book through an AI detector at the tap of a button. Amazon already requires you to declare AI use when you publish. So if you've quietly let a machine write your book and said nothing about it, you are one accusation, one screenshot, one competitor with a grudge away from a very awkward problem. And there's a legal wrinkle underneath all of it. Text that a machine generated entirely on its own has real limits on copyright, so you might not even fully own the thing you've put your name to. Right, that's the honest bad news. Now here's the honest good news. Because used properly, AI is genuinely enormously useful. We'd struggle to make books at the pace we do without it. The rule is simple, and if you remember one thing from this whole video, remember this. Use AI as an assistant, not as the author. Let me show you what that actually looks like in practice, because this is exactly how we work. The content comes from you, always. You talk, we record it, and then AI is used to take your own words, your transcripts, and shape them into a first draft faster than a human could alone. Notice what's happening there. It's not inventing anything. It's working from what you actually said. It's a very fast typist and a very fast first pass, nothing more. Then named human editors, real people who put their name to the work, write, rewrite, and fact check every single page. They hold responsibility for whether it's true. And here's the part that matters most. We keep a complete timestamped record of how the book was made, your recordings, the drafts, the source of every claim. So if anyone ever questions it, you don't get defensive, you just show them. You've got the proof, and we declare the AI use wherever the rules ask for it, openly, because there's nothing to hide. Now, maybe you're not going to hire anyone. Maybe you want to do this yourself with AI helping. Good, you can. But do it the right way around or you'll fall into every trap I just described. So here's exactly how to use AI on your own book safely. First, and I can't say this loudly enough, never ask it to write from a blank prompt. The second you type, write me a chapter about leadership, you've handed it the wheel and it will invent and it will sound generic. Instead, feed it your own material. Record yourself talking through the topic, get it transcribed and paste your own words in. Now it's working from you, not from the internet's average opinion. Second, use it for the jobs it's genuinely brilliant at, which are all organising jobs, not thinking jobs. Use it to take a messy hour of transcript and pull out the key points. Use it to suggest a running order for your chapters. Use it to draft 10 possible titles for a section so you can pick one. Use it to spot where you've repeated yourself. Every one of those saves you hours, and not one of them puts a single new idea in your mouth. Third, and this is the discipline most people neglect, check everything it hands back and rewrite it in your own words. Treat every draft it produces as draft copy, not a finished sentence. If it gives you a statistic, go and find the source yourself before it goes anywhere near your book. If a paragraph reads smoothly but doesn't sound like you, it isn't yours yet, so change it until it is. Let me show you the difference in one line. Ask AI to write about delegation, cold, and you'll get something like, effective delegation is a cornerstone of successful leadership and empowers teams to reach their full potential. True, but dull, and it could be anyone. Now, here's the same point in a real voice. I used to think delegating was about handing over tasks. It isn't. It's about handing over the decision and biting your tongue when they do it differently to you. One of those builds authority, the other builds nothing. AI can help you get to the second one faster, but only you can supply it. Now, you might be thinking, but the AI's got so good, surely it's nearly there. And it is impressive. That's exactly why it's dangerous. The better it sounds, the more tempting it is to just accept it, and the easier it is to let a smooth, generic, occasionally wrong book go out under your name. Good enough to fool you is not the same as good enough to represent you. So here's the shift I want you to make. Stop asking, did a machine touch this book? That's the wrong question now, because a machine touches almost everything. Your spell checker is AI. Your email is AI. The real questions, the ones that actually protect you, are these three. Did the thinking come from you? Did a human take responsibility for whether it's true? And can you prove how it was made? Get those three right, and AI is a brilliant assistant that saves you months. Get them wrong, and it's the fastest way ever invented to publish something generic, false, or not really yours. So, can AI write your book? No. Not if you want it to be any good, and not if you want it to be safely yours. But can it help you make a better book faster with a human firmly in charge and every word still tracing back to something you actually said? Absolutely yes. And that's the version worth having. Before you worry about how a book gets made, it's worth checking whether a book is even the right next step for you. If this has been useful for you, please subscribe. I break down each one of the 5 things that make an expert visible every week, so you'll catch the one that fixes your gap. And if you want to know which of the 5 things is actually making you invisible, I've built a free 4-minute scorecard. It tells you which one to fix first and how. The link's showing on the video and in the description, and it's also pinned in the comments. Check it out, and thanks for watching.